Sports is brought to you by All Out Auto Repair, home of the $46 Saskatchewan and $66 Alberta Safety Inspection. Your complete automotive repair.
Moses joins us now with a look at sports. The Border Kings continuing their torrid pace right into the postseason.
Can you believe it? 9 games. Their last loss, December 18th, against those pesky Sylvan Lake Admirals. And you know what? They had to face them again, so it's nice to get a little bit of revenge. They did beat them earlier during that nice 9-game streak, but you know what? To knock them out of the playoffs would be even sweeter. The Lloydminster Border Kings kicked off their postseason against the Sylvan Lake Admirals. Now, entering the playoffs, the Border Kings have won their last 9 regular season games. Let's go on to the action. Border Kings will get this one quickly. Aaron Foster will whiff on the first attempt, but you know what? He stays with it. He gets rewarded. Backhand goes into the net. Lloyd up 1-0. Then, off the draw, goes back to Giffen Nyren. He walks in and fires it home. Border Kings up 2-zip. Later in the period, Travis Clayton, his shot on net, and it's followed up by the goalie, or pardon me, the little snow shower on the goalie. Now that would start a scrum, but cooler heads would prevail. Lloyd firing on all cylinders in the first. The puck goes through the stick of Luke Boyer right to Jordan Dugan. He goes upstairs. Border Kings up 3-0 in the second now. 3-1. Border Kings restore that 3-goal lead. Adam Creasy drives to the net. He chips it home 4-1. Seconds later, Admirals will get one back, and it's a funny one. It goes off Brody Malik, and then in. Sylvan Lake cut the lead in half. Border Kings, you know what? They didn't have enough. They had enough of that. As they pile it on, Aaron Phillips sliding it over to Logan Pashniak, 5-2. Then in the dying seconds of the second, Clayton, with some great patience, will go backdoor to Dallas Falchier. He makes no mistake. Border Kings up 6-2 after 40. When all said and done, they would have an extra goal for each team. If 7-3 was the final, as they take game 1 of the best of 3. The Border Kings pleased with their overall effort.
They have played us tough all year, but we had a good game plan going into tonight, and they did come out the first 10 minutes really hard on us, but we weathered the storm.
You know, we did a good job of getting after them right off the bat, and you know, that's the type of game we want to play, get in their face and, you know, play physical and, you know, let us take the game to them instead of them taking the game to us.
The Lloydminster Bobcats were back in action after coming off a 6-0 win over Grand Prairie a week ago, wrapping up the month of January with an 8-2-2 record. They were on the road taking on those Sherwood Park Crusaders, who are not too far behind in the standings. We pick it up in the second. Bobcats are up by a deuce. Lyndon Lewis will get to the puck. He will center it for Brandon Baddock, his second of the year. It makes it 3-0. The Crew did little trouble to chase Martin, but this was their best chance. Eric Likeness with the open cage, but Mike Zagregan. Great defensive play to the third. Harris will force the turnover at center ice, and the Bobcats are on a 2-on-1. Harris to Casey Knight off the post and in for his first of 2 goals on the night. Bobcats would score or win by a score of 6-0. Chase Martin, 12 saves for the shutout. Bobcats are at home tonight, taking on those Fort McMurray Oil Barons. This one should be a great tilt. Puck drop is at 7:30. Now to some other AJHL action. The Bonnyville Pontiacs fall to the Grand Prairie Storm for a second time, 5-2. Bonnyville a little bit behind now, 5 points behind the Bobcats in the standings for 3rd place. To some Junior B action now, and the Lloydminster Bandits were looking to extend their winning streak to 7 games as they faced off against Vermilion. First period, the Bandits were now outshot 7-1, but you know what? All that matters is if you score, and they did there. Chris Romanchuk in the slot. He fires one past Dusty Irvine. 1-0 after 1. Second frame, Tigers will answer back. Travis Heck, laser top corner. Unreal. 1-1. Later in the second period, Tigers will give it away in the neutral zone. This leads to a 2-on-1. Cody Saka decides to take the shot himself. He beats Irvine. It's now 2-1 in the third. Bandits in full control. Jarrett Wayhill to Pierre Baudouin. 3-1 for the visitors. Then on the power play, Morgan Eaton's shot is tipped by Anthony Renier. 4-1. Tigers would add another goal, but the Bandits win this one 4-2.
I thought we came out a little slow and Vermilion came out really hard, and then we came out and played a great third period, and boys worked real hard and did the simple things and the right things and got some timely goals.
We knew we came out hard. It'd be a close game, but came out slow. Once we finally got our wheels rolling, everything started jiving. Came out on top.
Sports is brought to you by Dedham Chrysler.
To really experience a world-class Dodge and Chrysler automobile,
You have to drive it.
visit Dedham Chrysler Lloydminster today.
The Vermilion Tigers may have lost last night, but overall they've made improvements from a year ago. One player in particular who's really upped his game is fourth-year player Kelvin Hamilton. Matt Schumont caught up with him in this week's edition of Superstar Next Door.
Kelvin Hamilton grew up in a family full of hockey players, and being one of the youngest in the family, he learned how to play the game at a young age.
My dad was a hockey player, my brother, my sister. Ever since I was 3 years old, I was a hockey player, so they threw a stick in my hand, and since then, all it was hockey, I guess.
Kelvin is having a career season, lighting the lamp 28 times to go along with 52 points. He says it's nice to be contributing so much on the offense.
It's kind of exciting. This is my 4th year in the league now, and the first couple of years was a learning process, and I had a lot of good vets that kind of inspired me, and that's kind of how it happened, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of nice to put numbers up, and it's pretty easy when you're playing with the guys I'm playing with. So,
with one game left in the regular season, Kelvin is anxious to get the playoffs going.
Play all year for the playoffs, and the regular season's really important and all, but when it comes down to the playoffs is when you really got to be playing, and I think we're in a good spot right now. We got our playoff setup kind of made, and we're playing Lloyd, and that's kind of what we wanted from the get-go.
Winning a Junior B championship isn't something new for the Hamilton family, with Kelvin's older brother winning a title as a member of the Tigers.
Oh, it'd mean a lot. I mean, those guys in there are like my family, and my brother won one the year before I started playing junior here, and he tells me stories from it all the time, and I don't know, it's just kind of bittersweet if he could actually win it.
Matt Schumont, Newcap Sports.
Brought to you by your local BRP dealer. Power Merchants of St. Paul, Norsask of North Battleford, and RecTech Power Products of Lloydminster, your local BRP dealers.
Well, moving on to local basketball, the Lloyd Comp high school basketball teams are gearing up for the annual Hugh Morrell Border Classic. Kerry McCullough chats with the players and coaches to see what they are doing to prepare and what they're most looking forward to.
Barons basketball has quite the weekend ahead. Hosting the Hugh Morrell Border Classic in their hometown, both the boys and girls teams have a lot to be excited about.
Being able to play in front of our fans at home, having family here and friends and stuff, having people cheer for us for once.
It's just going to be competing, and everybody's going to want it, but it's our home tourney, so we got to have it.
The Barons coaches and players know to expect some stiff competition and have been hard at work practicing and preparing for a long weekend of basketball.
The thing that we say in our practices is that we always say we're going to be better basketball players when we've done this practice than we are right now. You know, if you take that attitude and just take a step forward every day, then that's what we need to do. Right now, you know, we still continue to need to work a little bit on our offense.
What we really focus on is we're not worried about what other teams do or their personnel and whatnot. We're focused on the things that we need to do right, especially, like I say, with a young team, we're focused on what we need to do and our game plan and whatnot. If we get them worried too much about the other team, then it takes away a lot of the things that we're trying to do, right?
There will be a total of 14 teams competing, with the first tip-off today at Lloyd Comp.
There are a lot of really good teams, so they'll be fast, and we're ready for that.
I love winning. I just want to work with the boys. Boys, we have a great group of guys. It's a lot of fun. Just like the ball with them. Plenty of fun.
Kerry McCullough, Newcap Sports.
Well, like Kerry said, the games will start at 6:30 for the ladies, and of course the guys start at 8:15. That's your look at sports. Stay tuned for more Newcap news after the break.